Okay. Bob the Builder.
Chicha.
Oh, late. Church. Old school ruiner. The old school ruiner.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I do some more faggot king.
Is it me for the Veni raid they never sleep? Is it time?
Is it time for the Veni raid? No. I want to do some Worm King.
Botrix has successfully joined the channel.
Oh, 22K is Rumble. Holy shit. 420 PKs. Oh, I got unbanned from the server. Yeah, I think I got banned for like 2 hours or something. They didn't ban me for the whole day. Got banned for some time, but progress yesterday. Get 9 kills on him.
The LMS server?
Oh yeah, it should be time for the bots. Yeah. I'm not really sure if it's ruined. It sucks this week. Like a lot of fucking dummies do it this week. A lot of sweats are in here.
No, what did you get banned from?
The L4R clan chat, because I don't speak Venezuelan. Got banned for like a couple hours, I think.
OLMAO, they kicked you?
Yeah, they banned me, yeah. They thought I was a troll. They said El Trollo or something like that. Alright, we can go to Stevens, Venezuelan last man's band in farm in the world and get maybe their 50th win. 768. Holy. Okay, guys, people are still playing this game when I'm asleep. Oh, wait. Yep, feeling like gay. Baby, it's okay. Nope. FIFA. On top FIFA. Here we go.
2122123112. Bots in. Falling. Bots in.
What?
12. 10.
I don't know why they need the
9,
fucking girls PvP
8,
boots, man. Girls always slam
7,
the fucking weekend.
6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Go.
Fuck that stream occurred. Network video. Fuck names himself Network Video. I thought he's closed like, oh, got a cool name.
Get FKD. Haha. Taste vengeance. Taste vengeance.
Only a fucking 17. Come on, chat.
Taste vengeance.
Oh. Holy fuck, 2 in a row? Oda?
Taste vengeance. Nice EE. Thank you. Question mark. Good luck after.
Holy.
Taste vengeance.
Oh!
Taste vengeance.
Dying
Oh.
on
Dying
my
on my
hard
sim.
man.
Completed.
Whip out fucking damages.
Thank you.
Whip out Noxious Halberd out damages the whip every time. Fucking bullshit, man. Oh, I'm not doing this fucking last man standing on RuneScape's weakest account bullshit. Now needs a buff. Not even close to this week in all of Illinois.
Lil. RR? Your second.
Yeah. Little rat. You boy, little rat. I'm do live. I need to switch worlds. Try bigger in fucking Australian servers. Thank you, gay I'm. Send escape. Ah, fuck. No, man. Finished already. Okay, not fast. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. What? No, I clicked on my 4 fucking times. Come on.
Thanks for the follow at midnight_pride.
Thanks, dude. Holy. Thanks, Doug. True. Right, pride. Damn. Bravo. Oh, 400k. He's dropped yet? Nice. He's dropped yet. I think the only benefit of me building a bank there is just getting one more inventory slot. Sell those. That up here. Down, down. Bang. Alright.
What's crackin' Dale from jail?
That dog was doing some Moth King. A Maggot King. And they got a good drop instead of just 1K per kill. 400K. First kill of the day. Oh. Chillin', Sunday chillin'. Big Sunday chiller. Free pot. But I'll make too making shit up. Yeah. Fuck. No, you didn't even spit it. I fucking hit this time. I forgot this fucking thing. Big. Ah. I am. See, now it's that raptor. Sit down, Ziggy! Sit him down. Feathers. I think it has to be like 1200 to summon his first level flyer. Ready with the Eye Raptor. That's 21 there. Oh. On inventory, let's get it. Yeah. So far. Give these feathers to the guy. Cleared the dust, but hopefully it does something. I don't need them. Push it not on. Watch some YouTube and fucking eat some breakfast here. Cody Nolan. Ooh. I did not get my morning cup of coffee. Oh, coffee. Could use some ice cold coffee right now. Or even some burning hot coffee right now. Any kind of coffee, man. Okay. One watcher, nice. It's by me. Oh, oh man. Where's all the good videos? Runescape just declared war. World of Warcraft streamer. I used to watch this guy when I played World of Warcraft. Surprised he hasn't hopped over.
The dream is that we're not the number 2 biggest MMO brand in the world, we're the number 1.
Now,
And
those
number
were the
one.
words of John Bellamy, and last March he returned
Yeah, he
to
shows us
Jagex
every
as
single
their new
time.
CEO, and since then he's been on the warpath. And now, without even bothering to say the enemy's name, he has decided that RuneScape, of all games, is the one to dethrone World of Warcraft.
Pooner.
A tall order. There's been a fair few WoW killers over the last 2 decades. Now, if you don't play RuneScape, you might think that this is some form of elaborate joke. It seems bizarre. How can something that looks like this compete with World of Warcraft. Surely not. They're entirely different games. One is an immersive, beloved MMORPG with decades of content, a thriving community,
One's more
and is
accessible to
considered
everyone.
dangerously addictive. The other one is World of Warcraft. And we can all point at the graveyard of WoW killers that try to come for the king and really have not tended to do that well. Almost every single one of them failed. WoW has been the #1 MMO for over 20 years, and that's a spot that they earned and fought damn hard to keep. So, for something else to dethrone it, never mind a point-and-click MMO from 2001, it's going to take something close to a miracle. Now, the guy in question, John Bellamy, has only been the CEO of Jagex for a year, and he comes from a history of private equity and venture capital, so hey, clearly he's just talking the usual investor nonsense to make sure he keeps his job. Right? Well, that is what it looks like at first glance.
That's sick. Alright.
But after digging into it, it turns out there's more to this story. I genuinely think Blizzard may need to pay some serious attention to RuneScape. I said it would take a miracle to top WoW, and the thing is, miraculous is kind of the only way to describe the year that RuneScape has been having. They've done some things that, basically, we never see game developers do.
For old school RuneScape, I think we broke just about every record we've ever had across every major metric in the last 12 months multiple times. It's on an unbelievable kind of heater.
That's kind of wild, right? Though it is something that we can see. The meteoric rise of Osrs has been incredible to watch. Now, you might think it's a rejection of modern-day nostalgia, like, say, our own classic World of Warcraft, but it's a whole lot older. OSRS released in 2013 as a reaction to player dissatisfaction with where RuneScape was heading, and it settled in fairly nicely. And right from the very start, they established what I call the first ingredient of their secret sauce, and that is the democratic Classic Plus treatment. You see, OSRS players get new features, new content, new regions, new skills, everything. It is just like the game never stopped being developed back in 2007. Basically, just like we want from a Classic Plus. But before Jagex add anything to the game, they poll the player base, and if a supermajority vote yes, the thing goes in. If it's at all contentious, it gets thrown in the bin. And ultimately, the player is the arbiter of what goes into the game. As you might expect, that approach has saved them from numerous mistakes. The types of mistakes that most game publishers do just run into headfirst. As an example, in 2021, they called on a fan developer to pull down his HD mod because they were working on their own HD upgrades. Players and creators naturally revolted on mass,
HD upgrade still isn't ready.
Reverse course within a single
And that was
day.
fucking 5 years ago.
Course so hard that they celebrated the mod developer's work and they shared the release date for the mod. That's kind of crazy. And in a similar vein, just a year later, they saw everyone using third-party clients that added features to the game. So instead of fighting back against that, they laid out ground rules, they published an approved client list, and they established what sorts of features they consider to be off-limits. That's a really good way of doing it. And by listening to their players and reacting essentially instantly, they are protecting themselves from their own hubris. Though obviously it hasn't been a road without bumps, but it is the road by which they have arrived at record-breaking numbers. You see, their concurrent player counts are freely accessible, and in January of this year, they hit just shy of 260k players logged in at once. And that was not a freak accident judging by the chart. They came close again in April, and for comparison, that would have made them the 5th highest played game on Steam right now, and in the top 70 for all-time peak player counts. Now, that
Yeah.
may not be quite World of Warcraft level, but it's absolutely one of the strongest games in our industry. And hell, they're even winning the hardest war MMOs pretty much ever have to fight, and that's the war against bots. Like, seriously, the community has been convinced that recent anti-bot measures have actually
so
ended the botting
sensible.
scourge,
That's
which is kind of
disadvantage
crazy
of
and
that.
not a thing you usually see in an MMO. And on that development front, OSRS is probably one of the most satisfying games to play. It's up there with Warframe and Path of Exile, you know, devs who really seem to get the players and quite consistently make what people actually want. That ability to take on player feedback is the first ingredient to their special sauce. What's the second one then? Because it will take something mighty to let an ancient Western-focused
soon, man.
point-and-click MMO somehow
Oh,
topple the
I
huge
gotta
incumbent
sleep when I
that
get
is World of
sent.
Warcraft. Yeah, that's what the man in charge wants to do. Well, as it turns out, I don't need to do the thinking because a player in a Steam review basically puts it better than I ever could. Quote, if art is about recontextualizing our most basic relations to the world in a new light or a setting, then this game is truly art. It's the most perfectly balanced mirror for showing how we understand striving for something or work as a whole. Quite the review. Now, there's another one that is a little bit more straightforward that just simply says, Black Tar
After playing
Heroin
for 8
in
hours.
video game form. So how have they managed
After
to do
playing
this?
for 8 hours.
I mean, if an MMORPG can have one heart at the very core of the experience, it's probably work. Work that manages to hit both parts of the brain, that's fun and that's meaningful. That's kind of the hook, the bit that keeps people playing for years and decades instead of just months. It's that basically you put in work, and that work, that time, it actually matters. And MMOs are specifically best at this because other people in the world make that feel so much more real. And it's that addictive work loop that's where RuneScape takes the fight to World of Warcraft, and
Addictive
fundamentally,
workload.
I think it's where RuneScape can win. This story has been building. You see, last year, Mad Season made a video on, quote, the Great Exodus.
RuneScape is
The
an addictive
TLDR here
workload.
is that a ton of
I don't
classic
need a
streamers
job.
and
I already
players
got a whole
basically got
addictive
bored with the
workload.
wait for Classic Plus and decided to give old school RuneScape a shot, and basically fell in love with the thing. And as Mad Season leads with, a lot of the reason why is basically progression. World of Warcraft is a seasonal game in its modern incarnation. Every patch you lose most of your progress, right? And it can be reset very quickly. Now, most MMOs are primarily seasonal, which can make the whole thing feel rather Sisyphean. The popular line is, one must imagine Sisyphus happy, but the point is that Sisyphus was being tortured. Rolling a boulder up a hill every day only to start fresh in the morning is literally a form of torture.
Eternal
It
hell.
was meaningless labor with no progress.
Syphilis.
Of course, it was
Guy
a
who
punishment
invented
for cheating
syphilis.
death. Now, OSRS avoids that Sisyphean element like the plague. Progress in the game is horizontal, and updates do their best not to invalidate earlier content. What that means is that when the world grows, it grows forever. Whereas in WoW, every time the world grows, it functionally shrinks because all previous content is rendered obsolete. OSRS also avoids FOMO where possible, whereas World of Warcraft pretty much adds more limited events than it does permanent content at this stage. Basically, OSRS's design philosophy is anti-modern. They do what works, they trust the process, and have been rewarded in droves for having the courage to do that. Now, that's not saying they haven't adopted great concepts from newer trends to spice things up. They've got timed leagues, they've got Iron Man, but those things are fun additional things. They don't detract from the core development philosophy. So then, the experience of playing the game is pure, permanent progress.
Girls
It's
flirting with
problem
the
solving,
bot.
efficient grinding, constantly adding to your accomplishments, with no fear of that work ever being lost to an update. Basically, number go up in a pure, permanent form with loads of complexity to work around with. There's gathering, crafting, a rich economy, tech manipulation combat, lengthy quests, and everything you might imagine. And all of it is abhorrently grindy. It takes a massive wall of
for
knowledge
grindy
to
as
get
hell.
into, and hundreds, if not sometimes thousands of hours to reach any semblance of done. It basically is one of the deepest and grindiest games ever put on the planet, and that seems to work for it more than it works against it. And the CEO does seem to know exactly how people play the game.
There's millions of Deloitte consultants out there somewhere that have got Excel open on one screen and old school on the other. And I think you design for that reality, and that's what we do.
Now, naturally, that means it's not a game for everyone.
No.
A low-effort, grindy game that
Not
will
even.
burn through your mouse's
You
rate
got
of click
CEOs
count faster than you
fucking-
can ever imagine is, in some ways,
Their
niche.
monthly fucking
But I think the
profits and
fundamental
RuneScape on the
human
other
thing
screen.
of number go up is fairly universal, and OSRS obviously wins in that front. But aspects of it are niche, and that's why I think it's not going to take WoW's throne in the way that, say, you might expect listening to this video. I don't think it's going to cause a mass exodus of WoW players. Instead, I think it is going to go toe-to-toe with World of Warcraft over a new audience, and for that audience, it might just win.
Oh. Fuck it, I went back to sleep, dog. I got enough sleep, but I forgot I went to sleep at like 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. Streamed so late. Ooh. See you guys in a couple hours when I awaken.